Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here once again in Brisbane, Australia, and I'm on a familiarization tour with Down Under Answers, and we've been to Cairns, and now here we are in Brisbane, and I had a wonderful night last night, which was a very big night for Brisbane because Queensland beat New South Wales, in rugby league, which was incredible. I watched it on TV, and we had a lovely night at City Winery. But I'm here today with Anthony Ryan, who's the CEO of the Brisbane Economic Development Agency, whose responsibilities include travel and tourism. We're going to talk to Anthony about travel and tourism here in Brisbane, what's going on, as we return, as Australia gets back into the business here and begins accepting your clients here. And we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Anthony, first of all, congratulations. That was a fantastic match last night. I know you were watching it because I heard you said a whole big party at your house. Right?
Yeah, I had 48 screaming Queenslander fans over at our house last night, and the neighbours also came over. They heard the ruckus and wanted to join in on the party. So I think we probably had about 80 in the end of our house.
There you go. I don't know. I don't think it was ever really close. You were ahead most of the time.
It was tight. For a rugby league game, it was the competition is very rough, and it was a good contest. The good guys won, though, in the end.
The good guys won, absolutely, and we're glad to be here during that event. And that's the kind of things you can have your clients. I would strongly recommend to go to a sporting event while you're in Australia because it's a very different sports, and whether it's Aussie rules football or rugby or whatever, this is one of the great experiences.
Absolutely. Right now, it's been announced in 2027 that we get the World Cup Rugby. Those games will be here in Brisbane. Next year, the FIFA World Cup for women will be here hosted in Brisbane. We've got the Nitro World Games here, the Australian PGA Championships. We host it for the next 3 years at least. Brisbane really is the sporting capital of Australia now.
And in, I think, 10 years, you're getting the Olympics, right?
Well, I was going to mention that. In 2032, we will be hosting the Summer Olympics and the Paralympics. We'll actually be handed the baton from LA in 2028. So we'll be part of that ceremony and really excited to open up Brisbane to the rest of the world for what I would say is the greatest sporting carnival that the world sees every 4 years.
And it also is a great thing for promoting travel and tourism. Hopefully I'll be around to come in back and take a look. But
we will welcome you with open arms.
I hope I get back before then because it's 10 years away. But let's talk about Brisbane. First of all, what can people do here? What is the focus when you stay here? And it's a marvelous small city, not so small, a lot of big buildings and incredible restaurants, bars, pubs, things like that. But what is the main attraction here in Brisbane?
Look, what I would like to say about Brisbane is it provides the best of Australia in one destination. Not only are we Australia's fastest growing capital city and now announced as an Olympic city, which is proves that we're the real global contemporary city. Mm-hmm. We're also a place that is a friendly, safe environment to come. Mm-hmm. We actually truly believe in our appeal with adventure and nature on our doorstep. Mm-hmm. Not many people know, and we're now starting to scream it from every one of our rooftops, is that the only Australian destination that's been mentioned in Lonely Planet's top 10 is the Scenic Rim, which is just on our doorstep. So we would say that Brisbane is the place where you come to experience the best of Australia. We've got the Gold Coast on our doorstep. We've got the Scenic Rim, which is the top 10 destination in the world. We've got within 5 minutes drive of here, you can be at Mount Cootha, walking around, just having a trek, looking back on the backdrop of our city and being surrounded by kangaroos and koalas. Well,
that's the thing. You're really close to the outback. You're close to the rainforest. If you go down to where I came from in Cairns earlier, Queensland is truly a really, I've been wanting to come here for a long time. I have been to Australia a few times, but obviously we all start with Sydney and Melbourne, and then we say, maybe there's Brisbane. I'll give it a shot. But maybe we should go to Brisbane first.
Well, what what I believe, it makes absolute perfect sense that you want to get to Australia as soon as you can from the United States. So we've now got direct routes from San Francisco. They announced yesterday.
Yeah, we posted that already. It's up there, and I don't do many route announcements, but I'm here, and I figured there was a lot of excitement about that.
There was, so because that once again that opens us up to the United States and to Canada, that part of the world. But why I think it's fantastic is anywhere I travel around the world, I want to get there as soon as I possibly can. So San Francisco, LA, they just allow you to come straight here, but it's quicker to get to Brisbane to any other place in Australia. We're the closest destination, so you can get here. We've got year-round sunshine here, and if you look just here in the background, we're surrounded by beautiful islands.
Yeah, something I did not know about Brisbane, and we're actually going to one of the islands tomorrow. But there's islands all around.
We're the nature capital of Australia as well, and this is the place where what I think is incredibly part of our appeal, that within 30-minute drive, you're out there surrounded by whales breaching out of the water, dolphins, manta rays, and some of the best seafood you can ever imagine. And then you go the other way, you're in the rainforests, you're in the scenic rim. And we would say you just use Brisbane as the catalyst to explore what we keep saying is the best of Australia and the one destination.
Well, if I had known that 10, 15 years ago when I first came for an ATE actually down in Adelaide,
yes,
I would have come here first, I got to tell you, because it's been on my bucket list, so to speak. And when this trip came up, I said I gotta try it. Now, what are you doing in terms of tourism campaigns, worldwide and specifically in the U.S. to really get more Americans and our viewers, travel advisors, really interested in booking Brisbane?
Look, we see travel agents pretty much as the catalyst to everything that we're doing now here in Brisbane. We want to embrace and inform as much as we possibly can. Brisbane Economic Development Agency has 2 staff in the United States at the moment. I'll be travelling over there. I actually am a member of AmCham, which is the American Chamber of Commerce. So I'm a meeting in Congress in about a month's time, and I'll be going through many of the cities myself and starting to talk a little bit about Brisbane and why we are. We're not Australia's best kept secret, but we're something that we are now saying we are the place to be.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And everybody says, oh, Sydney, Melbourne, they'll even go to Perth, way out there. But Brisbane really has it all, as you mentioned. Now, what is going to happen? Obviously, this city is really going to be developed in the next 10 years before the Olympics. I'm sure you're going to be working on the airport, a lot of your accommodations. I already know. Let's talk a little bit about the accommodations in Brisbane, because you do have a wide selection of hotels already, right?
The hotels here are world class. Even next year, we'll be finished with Queen's Wharf, and Queen's Wharf will be 4 5-star hotels in one region, one area close to the Brisbane River, and that's something that people in the US and Canada need to understand, that our Brisbane River hugs our CBD, and that's
the convention and visitors, the center
absolutely,
for
absolutely, but it also hugs the whole of our restaurant and hospitality districts, our pubs. So it's a great place to entertain. But the hotels in themselves are extraordinary, and I've travelled all around the world, and I believe our hotels here match anywhere.
Well, the service is amazing. I stayed at the Adina Apartments last night, which is housed in an old bank building. Yep. I think we're going to the Vincent tonight, which is actually part of a chain from Crystal Brook Collection, which hotels we experienced actually in Cairns. So we're trying this one, and then we're going to one of the islands. I think I'm
going to Moreton tomorrow.
Yeah. So we're going to be really busy, and then unfortunately we have to go home. And I'm a little upset because I really would just like to spend a little time walking around the city.
Look, we would have loved to if I'd known, we would have had you at our house last night for a couple.
I was looking for a bar like that. I had a little work to do, and I went and saw it in my hotel room, and a lot of people said they were going out to the pub. But if I knew it was your house, I would have come.
Oh, we definitely would have hosted you and enjoyed it, and that's part of our city. And no cliche, Brisbane is a safe, welcoming place, and that's what we're proud of. That we are, as I said, the best of Australia. But when you come here, the hospitality we're known for.
And the food is amazing too. You have incredible.
We have the best restaurants in Australia now. If you look at the Australian Restaurant Awards and what we're doing in our hotels, we're winning all those awards, and that's only just going to continue to get more and more exciting as we get into that 2032 Olympic sort of runway. We've got about $15.1 billion of infrastructure that's going to be basically transplanted into our city over the next 3 to 5 years. Now, $15.1 billion, that's one of the advantages of being an Olympic city, is that it actually just makes everything more efficient, it makes everything more accessible. And we would say that Brisbane probably is. One of our features is our accessibility. You can be anywhere on either side of the city within 20 minutes.
No, that's amazing. Now, we go out to about 100,000 travel advisors, pretty much everybody in the U.S. What would you like to tell them about Brisbane and your favorite parts to it again that we haven't mentioned?
I haven't even mentioned Minjerribah at the moment. One of the things that I'm very proud about our city is how we're embracing our Indigenous culture. So if you look at North Stradbroke Island right now, which is our Indigenous name for it is Minjerribah, that's a short ferry ride, and you're in the best surf. So if you're into surfing, if you're into scuba diving or snorkeling, if you're into just exploring extraordinary rainforests on a sand island, and these are the largest sand islands in the world, this is the place for you to come. It's Cylinder Beach, Point Lookout are world famous, and they're within 30 minutes of a water taxi from Brisbane.
That is amazing. You have that kind of diversity within your destination of islands, beaches, Indigenous culture, and really a nice downtown city that is really hopping, I guess.
Yeah, look, within 4 weeks ago, I was at Minjerribah and I was out at Point Lookout, and I'd just been for a beautiful run. And as I was out at the point of the North Gorge, we had about 10 whales breaching coming through. So this is...
Only 10, huh?
And it was one of those snapshots. We had the dolphins surfing in the waves. We had the whales breaching out. Then I looked across to my right and there were some turtles and manta ray just swimming through the waves. And they were just fishing. They were fishing themselves. It is paradise.
Absolutely. Well, does that sound good for your clients? I think you got to start thinking about Brisbane first, maybe, especially what's coming up with the Olympics, but on the run up to the Olympics. And right now, it's a marvelous city to visit. Now, Anthony, where can travel advisors go to learn more about Brisbane?
Look, we're the champions of Brisbane. We're very proud of it. So all you need to do is come to our website, visit brisbane.com.au, and it will list everything. Major events that are taking place, what's on our doorstep, our hotels, our restaurants, anything that you want to know about our city, why we are so proud of it, and why it is Australia's fastest growing capital.
And believe me, it's time for you to start sending your clients to Brisbane. I am totally amazed. I sort of expected, this is a place I've wanted to come to for quite some time in Australia, got a chance to do it, and now I want to come back because it wasn't enough time, honestly. We're going to be here for a couple of days. We're going to be out in the island one day.
We'll be snorkeling there tomorrow.
Snorkeling there tomorrow, but I also like to explore Brisbane proper, the city, because it looks so beautiful. You got the incredible Story Bridge, which we looked at from, and there's just so much to do and see here, as well as all this diversity of destinations that Anthony just described. Anthony, I want to thank you for all the information on Brisbane, and I'm looking forward to coming back. And the next time we have a rugby match that's big, you just invite me for that.
I'll be there, and welcome and enjoy Vincent tonight. Down below, there's a great pub called Howard Smith Wharves and an outstanding restaurant called Stanley, and I recommend you go there.
There's a lot more I got to do here. I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.